Good morning, everyone. The service will start in a few moments. Please end your jore and help return the chairs for the service. We appreciate you all for being here today and also for those connected with us through our online channel. Thank you.
Friends, life, antepassados. Then I take this. I don't need separate. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of all the members, we welcome everyone to our Miroku Association USA October Ancestor Service combined with the Oikari presentation ceremony. Today we are gathered to pray for the welfare of all our ancestors. As we all know, our ancestors are the roots which sustain our families in this physical world. The spiritual level of our ancestors directly affects us. As Maestro Sama said, good and bad fortune are in no way accidental, but are inevitably determined by the degree of purification in the spiritual world. Maestro Sama continues, there is still another determining factor, whether survivors hold memorial services earnestly and with love for the spirit of the departed. Moreover, the intensity with which survivors and descendants help others work for the welfare of society and the nation and accumulate virtue accelerates the purification of our ancestors. This means that filial piety is not limited to this life. On the contrary, the prayers offered and good deeds performed after the death of one's parents can be even more important than the care shown during life. With this in mind, this service has a significant role in our lives and the spiritual level of our ancestors. Let us take this time to express our gratitude to God and Meishu Sama for all the blessings bestowed upon us and our ancestors. May our ancestors receive your light and be raised to a higher level of bliss. Please pray along silently as we have the opening prayer to God.
Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, to whom this sacred divine scroll and altar have been dedicated, with hearts filled with gratitude, we have gathered here before you to celebrate our Miroku Association October 2022 Ancestor Service. On this very special day, we would like to offer our prayers of praise and gratitude for the protection, help, and countless blessings we have received. May we deepen our understanding of the importance of the mission of this church and our individual missions for the salvation of humanity and our ancestors through the practice of Jorei, nature farming, and the appreciation of beauty. Today, we acknowledge and offer a special prayer for our ancestors, family, and loved ones who have passed to the spiritual realm, and for those enshrined at the sacred grounds. We also pray for all the souls who have spiritual affinity with the Miroku Association and all victims of war, conflict, terror, and natural disasters. We ask that you grant them eternal salvation and allow them to become effective instruments to realize your divine plan for paradise on earth, and thereby attaining peace and everlasting happiness. During the service, we will present the sacred focal point, the Oikari, to the following new member of our Miroku Association, Christine Barcelos Tofano. May we be ever mindful of the great mission we share in the work of raising the spiritual vibration of humanity. Please allow all those here today to be permeated by the power of your love and light, and thereby deepen their awareness of your presence and the existence of your great plan. Great God of light, Please accept our prayers of gratitude and monetary appreciation offerings. Strengthen and guide us in our service to you and to humanity.
Please rise and join us in the Amason Rito, the prayer of heaven, followed by the prayer for ancestors.
Akamaharani kanzumarimasa.
Kamuromi kamuromi no mikoto mochite Tsumemi oya kamuri sanagi no mikoto Tsukushi no himuka no tachihana no Odo no ahagi harami Misogi harai tamo Toki ni narimaseru Arai dono o kami tachi, moro moro no magagoto tsumi kegae o. Arai tamae kiyome tamae tomo sukoto no yoshi o. Amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorozu no kami tachi tomo ni. Ame no fujikoma no mimi furitatete, hitoshi meseto, kashikomi monaosu.
Miroku o mikami,
Mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Miroku o mikami, mamori tamae saki hae tamae.
Oshie mi oya nushi no kami,
Mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie mi oya nushi no kami. Mamori tamae saki hae tamae.
onnagara
Tamashi haemase. Kannagara tamashi haemase.
Great God of light,
Bless and protect the souls of our loved ones, whose journey here on earth is over. And as they continue on, great God, encircled in your light, may they be raised to ever finer and higher states of true eternal bliss.
great God of light,
Bless and protect us all, radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan.
Please be seated. We will now receive Jore, the divine light. Thank you, God. We'll now hear Meishu Sama's teaching, Pragmatism in Religion. From the teachings of Meishu Sama, Volume 3. Pragmatism, which I feel is appropriate to refer to as the principle of philosophy in action, was originally introduced by the famous American philosopher Charles Sanders Peirce, 1839 to 1914, and became a world philosophy through William James, who I understand has come to be thought of as the originator. It isn't necessary for me to discuss pragmatism in depth, since those who have an interest in philosophy are already aware of it. But I do want to write about how it applies to religion. Though I have written on this before, I'm going to do so again to make certain my meaning is clear. It seems to be nothing new to speak of pragmatism in religion, since all of today's religions appear to be practicing just that. While it is true, they promote their teachings through literature, sermons, prayers, and religious events. And some, as you all know, even urge members to practice self-denial and asceticism. Regrettably, these are not being put into action by their followers, the most important phase of pragmatism. The point of pragmatism is to use its philosophy in daily life, a very American viewpoint. Similarly, what I would like to advocate is applying religion in our everyday lives, or more correctly, making religion and daily life merge into an inseparable relationship. Therefore, more than anything else, I abhor our members becoming dogmatic, isolated, ideological, or having an attitude of being superior to others. Behaviors that at times have been observed in the followers of some religions. I would like our members to be as natural and genuine as other people in general, and to do their best not to give the impression of being too religious. I believe you should grow to the level where you have absorbed the teaching so well that you are actually living them, letting common sense guide your speech and actions in every way. Then you will transcend the appearance of adhering to a specific religion. This is what flexibility in action means. We will now begin the presentation of the sacred focal point, the Oikari, to the new member of our Miroku Association USA. Let us have a few moments of silent prayer and reflection on the significance of dedicating ourselves in service to humanity through the channeling of Jorei and to the practice of Meishu Sama's teachings. We will now celebrate the presentation of the sacred focal point, the Ohikari, to the new Jorei member of our Miroku family with the reading of the invitation to the new member. New member, please approach the altar.
I would like to invite you all to witness the ceremony of presentation of the sacred focal point, the Ohikari. Meishu Sama taught that Jorei, service, and prayer are the fundamental practices of our church. We all, regardless of whether we become members or not, should pray at the divine scroll, give service in the form of our time, labor, and donations, as well as receive Jorei constantly. However, Receiving the ohikari signifies that you are accepting responsibility for and making the commitment of helping others through the channeling of Jorei. By doing so, you are joining a like-minded group of people from all over the world who are working together to create a better world, a world of health, peace, and prosperity for all. This is what Meishu Sama called a paradise on earth. So I'd like to ask you, are you aware of this responsibility and do you freely make this commitment? At this time, I would like to share with you Meishu Sama's words about the sacred focal point. He said, "When I write the ohikari, my whole being is taken over by God and is permeated with divine light. God is working through my body, so I am one with God. God's wish is to purify the earth and to create a world of true happiness. The vibration of the divine will is transmitted through my hand and impressed on the character for light, which I write for the ohikari." So now, in front of the divine scroll Meishu Sama, witnessed by all those present here today, I will present you with the sacred focal point, the ohikari.
We will now have the presentation of the sacred focal point, ohikari, to Christine Barcelos Topano. Let us welcome our newest member. Congratulations. We would like to invite Reverend Rodrigo Nagase to share some thoughts with us.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, everyone. How are you today? Good?
Good.
You know, it's a beautiful day. I know there is it's hot. Cute. The last 2 days was very clouded, right? So today is a beautiful day. And when I was watching the news, they said that today it might rain or not. But thank God we have a beautiful day. I hope after this service you can go and enjoy the day with your family, going to a place that you like, take them to park, beach, or anywhere. Mall, I don't know. We spend too much and we don't see any plants there. So again, good morning. Thank you very much for coming. Welcome to our monthly ancestor service, and welcome all who are watching us from home. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for all the support and dedication devoted to Meishu Sama's cause through your prayers, service, jure, donations, and everything that we do collectively and individually in our homes, our workplaces, everywhere we are. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, we are going to Brazil, to the sacred grounds, and we are attending their annual ancestor service on November 2nd.
So from here, from our Joy Center, me, AG, Allison, Valeria, and Wei, we are all, and Jane, and we are all going to the sacred grounds representing you all and all your ancestors. We are very excited about it. In total, we are 10 members from the United States, and I believe a couple of members who live here, but they are Brazilians. They will join our group at the sacred grounds only for this service. So if you will watch the service, they might say more than 10 participants, right? We are expecting more than 20,000 people on that day to pray together and for the salvation of our ancestors and all humanity. Remember, sacred grounds are places that Meishu-sama created in Japan, of course, 3 sacred grounds. He started with 2, and then we followed his instructions, and we built one more in Kyoto. And then after that, the first sacred grounds built was this one that we are doing in Brazil in 1995. And followed that year, the Thailand in Saraburi Sacred Grounds was inaugurated as well. Our goal is to have many sacred grounds all over the world. We have a goal here to have a sacred grounds, even more than one. And that's why we put always in our prayers as well to us to have permission to build a sacred grounds. Meisama said that every time that we visit the sacred grounds as a prototype of paradise, it was like we were walking to Heaven's Gate. And if you had the opportunity to visit sacred grounds, you feel that way, that we are entering heaven, right? And you feel the energy, the positive vibration, the beautiful flowers. I mentioned the day today. Feels like it's always a good day at the sacred grounds. So Meisama said, once in a lifetime, all the members should go to the sacred grounds and visit. So put in your bucket list. If you've been there, let's make another one and let's go again, right? So I will be there for 2-3 weeks. So during that time, our Joy Center will be closed, but we have always members who can channel Joy, who can come and pray with you. So if you have the need to come, my wife will be here in LA. She's not coming this time with me, so she will be also ready to come and channel Joy. Thank you very much. Congratulations again, Christine, for receiving the Ohikari. It is a blessing. It is a permission from God to receive the Ohikari. It's not our right to receive the Ohikari. It's like a privilege that we can have, and we honor that privilege, and then we can use that privilege for the well of others. She actually is the second time receiving the Ohikari. She has been a member for many years from Brazil. Her family is very dedicated. Her mother is a Ikebana instructor. And I asked her, do you do flowers? She said, no. I do Joy. I'm like, great. Yes, that's amazing. And we are happy to have you here. Welcome to our family. She came all the way from Colorado. Yes. So thank you for the effort. Today's ancestor service. Imagine how happy our ancestors should feel when we make a decision to do something good for ourselves, to our families, and especially to the world. We see so many calamities, so many disasters and purifications in our lives and humanity. And imagine our ancestors looking from the spiritual realm and feeling all the turmoil going on in the world. Imagine how happy they would feel, right? Many people think that because they went back to the spiritual realm, they are not connected to us anymore, right? But it's not true. They are still living the spiritual realm in their way, and they also feel everything that we have here. So if you have somebody who you had a very good affinity as a mother, father, grandparents, and you feel that they were not here anymore, it's not true. They also have many feelings toward us. They give us love. They still care about us. They have compassion when we are sad or we are down. They protect us through the guardian spirit when we are in danger. They send us love when we feel fear or in need. In other words, they are even more than before connected to us from the spiritual realm. When they were here in the material world, sometimes it is hard, maybe because of time or distance, right, to connect with all our relatives. But when they go back to the spiritual realm, they don't have this physical barrier anymore. So they feel everything that we are going through. And right there, right like this, you all are here, putting their names in the altar, praying for God, for their salvations. Right away, they receive all the love and compassion that we have. According to Meishu Sama's teachings, there are two things that our ancestors should do when they go back to the spiritual realm to evolve themselves. And I believe we all have the same challenge here on earth. That's why I think it's the first two things that they should do. So Meisama says, after an individual passes from the physical world into the spiritual realm, the first and greatest lesson to learn is the need to discard any inordinate attachments retained for people or things left behind in the physical plane. As they continue to be released, elevation to progressively higher levels can take place. In contrast, failure to do so can result in a loss of mobility in the spiritual realm. This shows how important it is to release undue attachments. So the name of this teaching is ego and attachment. And how do you feel when you hear they lose mobility? They cannot move, right? Imagine how hard it would be for you because of your attachments, because of your ego that you have in the material world, you cannot move anymore. And how many times myself, or I think everyone, felt that we weren't moving forward. Something was holding us back. Many things that happen in life. Sometimes a person, a thing, a possession, or even a thought or feeling, resentments. Anything that is holding us back is because we are attached to that moment, to that feeling. So I understand that nowadays we have so much going, right? Because of the news, social media, we have so much information, and also everybody looks like is watching everyone. So what you do is very important to everyone, right? We say that we cannot hide anything from anyone anymore. And we should think always about that, right? Sometimes we feel that we cannot fail anymore. We cannot make a mistake because that will generate another situation and we feel trapped in this feeling. So if we don't fortify our spiritual strength and we don't grow spiritually, if we don't have really a strong mindset, and which means that we have spiritual strength to overcome and control that, depression, anxiety, stress, everything else, mental imbalance, everything that we are seeing nowadays, right? There is a study that I was reading the other day that says nowadays information comes 100 times faster than when our parents were alive, or younger. So that means just one generation. We are talking about 20 years maybe, 100 times faster. So how can our mind, even though the brain is amazing, well, how can we digest all that information at once? Right now, if you open your phone, you'll see 100 news in your phone. Some bad news, some disturbing news, and tomorrow you will have 100 more. How can we manage that, right? So our brains are being burned out every day with so many informations, right? Technology is amazing. Communication nowadays is amazing. But even between friends and families, sometimes WhatsApp, if you don't answer, oh boy, that's a problem. Oh, he saw my message, but he didn't answer.
Yeah.
What's going on? He doesn't like me. And some people said it again. Did you see my message? Yes, but I was drinking water. Let me drink water. Right? So we are constantly in this fast forward, always fasting, right? Instant matters, right? So that's why we need to be careful. We need to understand the importance of ego and attachment, right? We are attached to sometimes being somebody that everybody's expecting us to be. And we forget to enjoy it. We're sometimes more interested in showing what we should be showing than enjoying and being what we should be. May someone continues in this teaching. Ego is something you should have and yet not have. It is good to have ego, but best not to show it. Careful observation of any complicated, unsolved problem reveals that its reason almost always lies in these twins. For example, some ego-driven public officials with an inordinate attachment to their offices are eventually forced to quit in disgrace. When business people place the pursuit of money and self-profit before the good of their company and fellow workers, they often lose their fortune in the long run. The possessiveness of one lover can actually cause the other to seek an end to the relationship. Individuals who make those around them suffer as a result of being obstinate and egocentric eventually bring about suffering for themselves as well. So that's something that we always should reflect about ourselves, right? We have children, we have husbands, wives, we have friends, we have family that we love, we care about them. So we need to deepen our awareness of how we express our love and how much we are attached to them, or how much we're attached to our work, or attached to a way of thinking. This is who I am, and I will not change. Oh, I'm old. I will never change. Those things that we put in our minds is attachment and our ego. We have many examples, as Rockefeller, who built an empire and with his fortunes and helped so many people, and even someone mentioned him about his philanthropic work. He was 90 years old thinking about how to build another organization to help kids. Meiji Sama, even at 70-something years old, was building the second Sacred Grounds and collecting art pieces. So they are big names, but we have other examples. I believe we have close examples of people that has that attitude. So don't block your mind to expand, right? don't stop growing. People in general have little knowledge of the spiritual world. This is why when anything goes wrong, they put the blame on other people or circumstances, on their government, or on the entire world. Beisama says, as no one is completely free from spiritual clouds at this stage, it is not yet possible to convert our circumstances and surroundings into paradise all at once. Remember, the primary source of things is the mind. Our mind has to be our sacred place. We cannot clutter them with negative thoughts. This is a decision that we can make. All the news, all the social media, it is interesting and is part of our lives. But if they're making you not feeling well, not feeling happy, there is something here that is processing and keeping that information. We can watch it, we can read it, but we have to select what is really interesting to me, what I decide to keep with me, what I will use for me and for whatever I am trying to do in my life, right? I know it is easy to say, hard to do. That's why Meishu Sama created this movement, right? He said, those who do what is right always, with clear minds and cheerful hearts, leave no space, not even the slightest crack through which the dark forces can take hold. As I said, having the Ohikari is a blessing, is something that we can really take advantage of. It is a simple gesture of raising our hands to somebody in need, or even to ourselves when we are not feeling well. And those who have had experiences with Jure, it's my family, myself, we never stop sharing it. If you practice Jure, no doubt you have good results. Of course, as anything in life, if we do once a year, okay. Yes, once in a month, okay. Maybe if we are going through a hard time, we should do Jure hours a day. If we really want to see a change in our lives, right? We have many faith experiences, beautiful faith experiences, right? Because it is hard, as I'm mentioning, about all this turmoil in the world, to be so positive. So it has to come naturally from inside. When somebody is receiving the Orikari, we give membership courses, and one teaching that we share, and I constantly mention about it, is the one that Meissan says, those who become Jure practitioners and practice their teachings, they will naturally become healthier, they will become prosper, and they will eliminate their conflict mentality for their own surprise. Wow. For their own surprise? What does he mean? So when I read that, I took the Japanese version, the original. No, it should be an error, some type or something that translator put. No, Meisama really says, for their own surprise. So I start reading more about the subject and what Meisama wanted is not people to force a situation or even to give service looking for results. He wanted us to enjoy it, to enjoy serving God, enjoy giving jewelry to someone, enjoy making a flower arrangement. And naturally, things will happen in our lives. So the effort to practice, it's on us. Everything else will come naturally because we will accumulate virtue. People around us will see light, will feel light coming toward them from us. And everything around us will change, right? We give here many opportunities, and that point is very important to be connected to each other. As a community, I think we have the WhatsApp group, Facebook group, Instagram group, even through the social media. I know, again, it's a lot, but let's use it for a good of all. We have our services here to be connected to each other, to be together, to be united. There's a saying that say, together we are strong, but united we are invincible. We can be together, but let's look at each other and really care about each other. Let's see if everybody's okay. Let's be connected. We have our Zoom meetings that we offer study sections of Meixo Sama's teachings in Portuguese and English as well every other week. So even if you cannot come here, we offer virtual opportunities for you to be connected. Again, let's do our best. Let's take care of our spirit, our ancestors. Let's fortify the spiritual strength and being balanced all the time. So again, thank you very much. I would like to conclude today's service, praying to God and Meixo Sama, asking for protection and spiritual strength so we can fulfill our mission of saving humanity as instruments of light. God bless you.
Thank you. Meixo Sama said, every individual should be striving daily to attain an ever higher state of spiritual consciousness, especially those of you who have faith in God. Let us pray for our ancestors on a daily basis in the hopes of doing the same for them. This concludes today's service. Thank you for your attendance and your continued service. Please be safe, and may God and Meixo Sama bless you all.
Yes, we are having a Thanksgiving workshop of Ikebana. If you are interested, we have a list, right? Sign up list, the reception. And I believe we are having an online also workshop for those who lives far. If you live here, please come and join us here. But if not, get some information at the reception. Thank you.
See you when you come back. Yeah, I will.
Congratulations.